Hey guys, welcome to another video on the Inside Spurs channel. Happy Thursday, late afternoon, early evening, depending on actually when it is that you see this. I hope the day's treated you well. You've looked after yourself. You got some sun, if you could. And if you just started your day or recently started your day, make sure you make the best of it. If you're going to the gym, make sure you're working hard. Anyway, in this video, though, we are talking about some really fascinating reports. The first of which will be on Atalanta's defensive midfielder Edison, as well as a little bit of an Emerson Royal update as well, which is important to keep on top of these things. Just want to say, though, if you're new, give subscribe. You're very much welcome to join us for the journey. And I'm going to start with Edison a little bit because if you weren't aware, Atalanta beat Bayer Leverkusen yesterday 3-0. Atalanta played what you could consider the perfect game. Leverkusen didn't really threaten. They pressed Leverkusen all over the field, won it high. It was just overall a perfect performance. And Edison, if it wasn't for a guy scoring a hat-trick, would have been the man of the match. He was phenomenal. And I for a little while, have said, look, you've got Coop Miners and you've got Edison in their midfield. I want Coop Miners. And they play two different roles. They play two different positions in theory, even though they're both central midfielders. And watching Edison yesterday, I was like, sold. Absolutely sold. I mean, the one thing I would say is, I tweeted yesterday when I was watching the game, which, by the way, Twitter is down in the description. You'll see it, all right? I've just been told that Scott Carson's going to sign a 1-year contract extension at City. Mental. And I said that Spurs have been interested in Edison. They better wake up, go and get him. I think that is a fair representation of how good he was yesterday. So it came from Ryan Taylor, who said that Spurs have scouted Atalanta's Edison extensively, a target recommended by Fabio Paratici. He just knows. A new defensive midfielder is among Ange Postecoglou's top priorities in the summer market, with Pierre-Emile Højbjerg in line to be sold. It'd likely take an offer around 50 million for Atalanta to even consider selling the midfielder. I think you could probably get him for 50 million, to be honest. Now, they probably are going to be selling Coop Miners, so their need to sell won't be as high. They've won the Europa League. They're in the Champions League for next year. But they'll probably sell Coop Miners, cash in on him because he's going to be about 50 to 60 million. They can take that money, buy 2 or 3 really decent players. And that's how Atalanta does it. They don't rely on big signings. They rely on smart signings and their academy. Edison is, I actually forgot. We talked about Edison multiple times before. I want to just have a look at how old Edison actually is. He's 24. He'll be 25 in July. So he's not even in his prime yet. This is a guy that this season, he scored 7 goals this season, actually. He's played over 4,000 minutes. He's played 52 games, 7 goals and an assist. He's a player. He is an absolute player. His contract expires in summer of 2027, which is something to look out for because obviously it gives Atalanta way more control over this situation than we'd probably like them to have. I hope Spurs are all over this. I do. For defensive midfielders, we talked about Anana, we talked about Fafana, we've talked about who else we talked about? As you can tell, I'm blown away by them. I hope we sign 2 midfielders this summer, to be honest. With Berval coming in, Don Lees and what have you, I still think you need 2. If you're moving off of Gio and you're moving off of Pierre, I think you need to replace them whilst you add in another youngster for an extra body, game time here and there. I hope it's Edison. I really do. He's such a good player. And if you didn't watch the highlights yesterday, you could watch highlights of just him and be blown away by how good he was. He was magnificent. Didn't really give the ball away. Won it off so many tackles. He felt like he was, do you remember Kante back in the day where he was just everywhere? No matter where you turn, no matter where you were on the pitch, it seemed to be that he was always there ready to take the ball. This guy is something similar. I'm not saying he's as good as Kante because Kante is a beast and a freak, but he's something similar. And I really hope Spurs are over this. Moving on to a Brazilian report on Emerson Royal, and it said that AC Milan and Bayern Munich have both made bids to sign Spurs' right back Emerson Royal. Saudi Arabian clubs have also registered their interest. The player will prioritise his mental health rather than money. His preference is currently to remain in Europe. And do you know what? For that, I've always said I want Spurs to get 20-odd million, 25 million out of this. If we can do that whilst doing right by the player, I'm all for this. He's not been a problem player. He's not given us drama issues. He's not caused us aggro in the media. He's done right by us. We should do right by him. I'm obviously not going to say if one club offers us 15 million, one club offers us 20, we take the 15 million just because it's right by him. We'll obviously take the 20. That's the way it's going to be. But, with with Bayern Munich and Juventus, AC Milan all being interested, he will get a good European move. I mean, AC Milan and Juventus, Champions League clubs. Bayern Munich, obviously, we know are going to be a Champions League club. Obviously, Vincent Kompany's going to become the Bayern manager. That's mental. That is mental. You get relegated with Burnley after spending 90 million and you somehow get rewarded with one of the best jobs in Europe. What? So, yeah, look, we will get, I think, about 20 million from him from one of those 3 European sides. Any one of those sides is a good move for Emerson. If he goes to Bayern Munich, they hold the ball a lot. He's not asked to create from right back. They don't ask their right backs to create. You watch Joshua Kimmich. Joshua Kimmich chips in here and there, but he's not asked to do too much. He doesn't even ask to go to the mid. He's not even asked to go and play the midfield or the right wing position, even though he is a central midfielder. So he'd be fine there. And in Italy, if he was playing as a centre back for Juventus, he'd probably be all right there. It's a slower league. He's not going to be. He's not going to be physically. He's not going to be demanded too much physically. AC Milan, I've already talked about that as well. So, I think we get some good money for Emerson. We move him on, 20 odd million, cash in, and we get this party started for removing other players as well as bringing in quality, which I do probably have another report on that, but that might come out tomorrow. All right. But anyway, it's the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Drop a like on the video. If you did, hit me in the comment section down below your thoughts and feelings about that Emerson report and, your thoughts and feelings about that, because I think it's quite an important thing to remember. These guys are humans. They're not just football players. As well as that, I also want your opinion on Edison, the Atalanta midfielder. So, yeah, give me that as well. Obviously, subscribe to the channel if you're new and hit the bell notification for more. Better guys, in the video. I'll see you all very, very soon. Take care, guys.